Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Gulfstream today. Ron Nicoletti along with Brian Nato. Samantha will be back with us on next Friday. She's out and about. I'm sure she had a good time at the Breeders' Cup. Brian, I'm sure you and I had a great time betting the Breeders' Cup. I don't know how we ended up at the end, but we sure had a lot of fun. What a great day it was.
It's, the championship kind of weekend of our sport, and as we talked about on Friday, if you're not excited for that, find something else to do. But it was a great 2 days of racing. We'll get into it a little bit. In the lightning round, the Gulfstream connections, top of the list, Jose D'Angelo winning 2 races, and the Classic didn't disappoint. An absolute all-star renewal of the Breeders' Cup Classic, and it delivered with Forever Young and Sierra Leone and our buddy Fierceness running a big one too.
Yeah. It was a great day for betting, and we'll see how that plays out. But today, got even more important news here locally, and that is a mandatory payout in the Rainbow Six, which starts in race number 6 today.
Yep.
I've got 11 races. Of course, I'll have a ticket a little later on. Brian, you got a ticket too?
I do have a ticket.
We both have some tickets. We'll show you that. And we're estimating maybe $1 million there. I think 100,000 plus in the pool already. So it should be a fun day. Fast main track, firm turf course, all-weather Tapeta. Another beautiful day in South Florida.
Sure is.
That's all the early stuff that we have to take care of. If I forgot anything, doesn't matter because we'll get through it here. So, first race, early pick 5. Brian's got a ticket.
Yeah, we'll take a look at it now, and if you can hit this early pick 5, then you get some bankroll for your Rainbow because that's going to kick off in race 6. So we like that kind of separation there. 4 deep in this opening leg, race number 2. I've got the 8 on top, and that is When for Sal Santoro. Race number 3, I've got the 4 on top, One Last Bullet. Edgar Zayas with a nice pickup mount there. Race number 4, I've got the single of Zealot. We'll show you that. I got a feeling Zealot, I don't know if they got caught with the cookie jar there, but Jose D'Angelo, sharp guy, and he was in the claim on that one. In race number 5, the 7 on top for me, that is Cajolo, and as I mentioned, that'll end the early 5, and in race 6 kicks off the Rainbow, so it's the perfect separator. Hit it, fire.
Yeah, and we also got the Tropical Turf Pick 3, which is going to start in race number 6 along with the mandatory payout Rainbow 6. Now, we'll get into the first race here. Brian, interesting. Did you go with Lily's Back or did you go another way?
I went with the 2 Colorful Lady, Ron. This horse really ran well off the layoff and off the trainer switch to Kent Sweezy last time. The Whisper Hill homebred, obviously it hasn't quite worked out of what they thought when you're talking about a daughter of Into Mischief out of a Tappet mare. Now you're in for 17.5, but she ran well on the Tapeta, and she's never been in for a tag on the turf. So I'm expecting her to deliver a big run, and Kent's off to a good start here at the Sunshine Meet.
Yeah, I went with Lily's Back on top to 6, cutting back to the mile today after vying for the lead, finishing 3rd against the same quality. That was going a mile in the 16th for Ronnie Spatz against Lionel Reyes in the saddle this afternoon. The 1 Giddy Up Babe, I see you have a little further down. This one knows how to get beat as the favorite in 4 consecutive races.
Yeah, that's a problem. 0 for 17 with 10 underneath finishes. This is another one of those races. We talked about it yesterday. There are 4 horses that could easily all be favored in this race.
What about Hit Song, the 8 that we both have in 3rd? Now, listen, is this really a drop? I was trying to figure it out. Going to the 17.5 level, finishes so 6th against those 45 maidens up at Laurel. You know more about Laurel than me, that's for sure. You were the line maker there for a while. Rajiv going. He had a couple good
Rajiv's getting close. Rajiv and Lionel Reyes getting very close to 2,000 wins in their careers. Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that, Ron, because I thought the same thing. And when I was making this line, I said, I don't know. Is that really a drop? 45 at Laurel. We have good product here. Better turf racing to me, especially maybe at this time of the year now. I don't know if they're going to bet her off that. She was 11-1 that day. She only beat 3 horses home. So I don't know, but I think she is a contender in here.
Well, race 2 is a claiming event at a mile and a 16th, and it's fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up, which have never won 2. We're going to scratch the outside horse, number 11, She Do Kitten, and you know when you know. Do you know about you know when you know?
Well, we'll find out at about 12:39 in the p.m. if I know. But what I do know is Sal Santoro's a very sharp guy. What about the job he's done with the Shimmer, right? So, we've never tried the Tapeta, but here's the horse coming down from Meadowlands, coming down from Monmouth, the Mid-Atlantic, and, running in decent turf races. Now drops. Going to try the Tapeta. Sal did such a good job claiming a Shimmer. It's a guessing game, not a lot of speed here, but I am not in love with our gals that we know on a week in and week out basis.
Yeah, one of those cams Princess stretches out slightly after responding to that drop in competition. Was the game second going a mile 70 yards last time out for Antonio Sano? Okay, she can run okay in Sevilla. The same thing. I had some interest in Sevilla making the first starts and finishing second to our buddy who won again yesterday. I love Venezuela.
Yep.
So this one, but that was back in August. What did we get? Yober Torres named today. So we haven't seen him in a while, have we?
I like the job Yover's done.
Yeah.
I think he's one of the top apprentices we have around here. You can make a case he is the top. Cam's Princess Antonio's looking for a win now every day of the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I think she's the horse to beat, but, I mean, you don't have to love her. And Sevilla's got no speed, so let's see if we can get her in the race maybe a little earlier.
We're going to go to race number 3 this afternoon. We're going to turf for race number 3. Going to be 5 furlong sprint for maiden claimers, and these are 2-year-olds. Just one jockey change, as Brian mentioned. One last bullet's going to be Edgar Zayas, and that's where you went with your selections.
Yeah, it's not going to hurt me. They're getting Edgar aboard here. This is a gelded son of Omaha Beach who's going to drop in class now for the second time in a row. Debuted in the maiden special weight, 75 at Belmont at Aqueduct. So Orsino and DJ are going to drop this horse. Not at the bottom yet, in for 35. The turf race at Aqueduct. Chased early, tired late. It's got a better post position today. I'm a little against the heavy favorite that you've got on
Scotty
top.
Tuhati. Going to wear blinkers today. Broke from that outside post, set the pace, finished third. I thought it was a promising turf debut at this level of distance for Victor Barboza Jr. I just thought he might be able to run well in here. I just think that I wanted to just check to see. MCL Jaramillo must be back today. He was in California yesterday. Always got to check.
Well, Patrick Biancombe was out there to saddle Lenny Lou on Friday. We saw him back here yesterday. So you're absolutely right, Ron. Scotty Tuhati went 43-4 without blinkers. How fast is he going to go with blinkers today? I thought maybe he could have seen it out a little bit better. When Victor's clear like that, you don't expect him to come back. He was 9-5 that day. Rails at 66 feet. That's going to help him with his speed. It will not help the ones that want to come from behind.
I just want to quickly ask you about the 5 California Swaggers, the son of Tapper debuting for Carlos David. I like the October work tab on this horse up at Palm Meadows. Edwin Gonzalez is going to ride, and that's what sort of sold me on this horse. I just thought didn't miss a beat. October 1st, October 10th, October 17th, October 25th. I don't know what we get today with this horse.
Yeah, maybe check the tote board here. If this horse is live and taking money, they bought this horse for $7,000 in 2023. Carlos, everything he does is so good. This is not the top here. 11% debut, 9% first turf, 9% maiden claim. This is the guy's in the 20s, 30s off the claim. So, if you're going to try to beat him, this is usually the spot.
Well, we got in here race number 4. We do have a scratch, but it's a 5 furlong to Peter race, and it's a starter optional claimer for 2-year-old fillies. And the reason I mention that because now we'll be dealing with a field of 5. That number 6, Oscar Bound, who I had some interest in, will be declared out of the race. Was not my top pick. I want to hear about Zealot that you high on today. Up that win. Yeah,
I'll show you the win right here. I like a tongue-in-cheek mention. I just wonder if they got their hand in the cookie jar here and it was caught, because they debuted this horse for 35. Horse didn't take a lot of money, and this horse ran like about a 2-5 shot. Watch this horse level off in the lane, and there's Jose D'Angelo, now a Breeders' Cup winner, and he was watching and he was paying attention. He said, "You're not putting this one by me." So he reaches in, he grabs this horse for 35. I mean, this horse is just doing everything in hand here. He's barely shaken up. He was geared down in the stretch, and this was Jose Castro, and this is kind of when Jose started getting rolling really hot, and this horse just absolutely blitzes this field today. The old jiggy jog in the park right here, and now off the claim. Nope, he is not in for a tag. Jose likes what he's got here now, and I think this horse is going to be really tough on a rise.
Yeah, I wrote in my analysis a really shrewd claim. Somebody was watching to jump in and grab this horse. Let's show. I picked the 5 Tis Sweet Ladies, impressive maiden winner when sprinting on the Tapita. Is that what we're going to show?
Absolutely. So the Zealot better be a runner, because this is an awesome performance for Leon McCannis and company here. It's a homebred for 4 horsemen who Leon trains for. And this is Tis a Sweet Lady. The race is 2 starts back on Okay, we don't have it on September 13th. This horse just absolutely runs off the screen by 8 1/4 lengths with a huge speed figure too. And you know what's a big positive for this horse, Ronnie? She's drawn outside of Zealot.
Yeah.
I think that's very important.
And, if you look at that race, she goes back to the old, she stumbled at the start of the last race. She rushes up and she fades. That's in the 7 furlong Susan Girl Stakes. That, you put a line through that. That was, won by, Mythical.
Yeah.
Tough, Mythical could be any type. So I'm putting a line through that. Tis Sweet Lady, just an impressive performance, as we mentioned last time out. I think those are the two logical ones in there,
Yeah, Jose's got Chapita, too, who's very fast as well. All 5 horses that are entered want to be involved early.
Right.
Rogue Runner's probably the one that's going to trip out off a cutback from a 7.5 turf route last time. Maybe she gets a little bit of a trip in here, but I think there's 2 good ones in the Zealot and Tis a Sweet Lady.
Let's go to race number 5 then. And race number 5 is going to be at 5.5 furlongs on the Tapeta. These are maiden claimers, and they are 2-year-olds with no scratches, no jockey changes in here. Brian, I'll start it off with value in the clouds. I like this one a little bit of the price. Drops into the maiden claiming ranks, turns back to 5.5 furlongs, stalked the pace and faded. I thought it was an ambitious state-bred special weight debut because it was going 1 mile and 70 yards. So I'm thinking this horse might be able to grab a share on the cutback.
Yeah, and he chased early that day, too, before tiring real badly late. So I agree that this is the biggest drop in all of racing. He's worked a bullet on the Tapeta since then, too, and Hank Galazzo's got him in a good spot here. He draws a good post. Lionel sticks aboard as well, 3 wins shy of 2,000 for Lionel. So I could see this, Ron, and no pun intended, but you get value with value in the clouds here.
And you did go with the number 7 horse in here, Cahulo. And this one, pretty nice by Nick Palmer. Going to take the blinkers off this afternoon. Didn't show much going long, but just showed speed.
Right. So I think, obviously, you can just see it in your form. This horse has shown a lot of speed routing and absolutely hit a wall. So now the blinkers come off. We cut back to 1 turn. I think that's going to help. They bet this horse hard last time. This horse was 5-2 last time off a total 32-1 no-show on debut. So maybe there's something they like here. Maybe it's what the cutback is what's going to put them over the top.
Maybe the right word for this race is wide open.
Yeah.
So maybe you look at the number 2 horse, and that's Ro
Sure.
Buchero. It's a gelded son of Buchero, debuting for Kathleen O'Connell. I think it's an ideal spot for a first-time starter. Kathleen is 20% with a debut maiden claimers. She's got the apprentice, Luis Fumignon, in the saddle. So why not this horse run well in this spot?
Yeah, if you're not in the loop here, and Buchero is now up in New York, but he's the most prolific Tapeta sire around, and he's obviously we used to see a lot of Florida breds. He's not here anymore, so you got to take note of that. With that being said, unless Kathleen's playing some poker here, these works look absolutely glacial in the morning.
And then you got Chumelo, so.
You got the morning line favorite. I don't know. I mean,
Weitzman?
I don't know. This is Rohan on a trainer switch. Rohan Crichton, maiden special weight dropper, big bullet work on October 16th. I think they're going to bet this horse.
Yeah, you're probably right.
And if they don't, toss them completely. But I have a feeling this horse is live. I just don't like the rail.
12 buyer figure with the grass there, so you'll see. Like I said, a very wide open race. Maybe you lean towards Kathleen with a first-time starter, even though the one's working like it's tied to the pole. We'll see how it runs. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we'll have Brian's, my Rainbow Six, and the Tropical Turf Pick 3. So lots of action still to come on Gulfstream today.
And they're off.
Win big with new DRF All Access past performances. With one best-in-class product, you now get all 3 past performance formats. Easily switch between views. Access the most trusted information in horse racing with DRF All Access past performances. Go to DRF.com and use coupon code 1FREEPP for a free single card today.
Welcome back to Gulfstream today. It's Ron, it's Brian. It is Sunday. It is mandatory payout Sunday in the Rainbow Six. And what a great way to start it with a mile and a 16th turf race. And these are, 3-year-olds or 4-year-olds and up, which have never won 2 races. We're going to scratch the 6. Want to be loved in here. So many things we want to show you, a replay, but first we'll show you the tickets. You want to start it off with mine or Brian's, whatever pops up.
You're Rainbow Ronnie. You fire away.
All right, so
here.
57.60. Hey, like yesterday, I put all my eggs in one basket. They broke. It wasn't a good
That's
but
good.
we're going to start. Race 7, I went 4 deep in there. I just think it's wide open, but my top pick is the 8 clean winner. Race number 8, I've been chasing drum roll all week, so why not with World Traveler? And race number 9, my top pick is the 3 Icelander, but I used a couple more. Race number 10, my long shot today is the 2 Prevent. We'll show you a replay with a bunch of horses in that race. The 11 is the morning line favorite in there. And then in the last race, I think it goes to Abuelo. If Abuelo doesn't run, somebody's going to get the ticket. I think they're going to hit
come on. Yeah, if Abuela doesn't win the last, that would really honestly could be 2 to 5.
Excuse me, Brian. You say, why do you use a couple? Because I'm taking a chance. Maybe if the horse gets beat, I'll get a big score. 57.60.
Well, you got the coverage, too. It's only, if Abuela would be a $20 rainbow, so $19 rainbow. So let's take a look at mine, a little bit more expensive. I'll tell you what, if you follow Ron's ticket, he has so much leverage in race 6 by singling, because this race to me is impossible. And that's why I'm going 5 deep. So Ronnie rips the Band-Aid off, and he gets so much leverage if he needs it later on. I like his pick in race 7, the 8 clean winner. It was good to catch up with Kelly Breen yesterday back here at Gulfstream Park. Oddly enough, I picked Drumroll yesterday in an optional claimer, and I didn't pick her today. In race number 8, I've got the 6, Lady Emily Catherine on top. In race number 9, I've got the 3, Icelander. I'm with Ron getting back to the main track. Race number 10 is my I didn't need a single. So I have the 9 on top, and that is Sherlock's Jewel. And in race number 11, I am the 5, and that is I can't beat Abuelo at, like I said, 6 to 5 on the morning line. If they really send it in, the horse could be 2 to 5.
Sherlock's Jewel, of course, trained by the one and only Shug McGay. It's going to be nice trying to see him when he comes back here.
Trying to get him back here at Gulfstream Park. That's his first runner since early on.
So now, Tropical Turf pick 3. We just keep rolling them out. Here's my 11. I did this exact same thing yesterday. Didn't work out well, but I like that pick. 2 deep for me in race number 8 with the 1 World Traveler and the 10 Drum Roll. And I got lots of coverage in our stake race this afternoon, don't forget. And that is the Empire Builder. I went 4 deep in here with my top BP and my long shot Prevent. So $24 for me today.
I'm just updating my buddy Ron upstairs. I mistyped. It's the 10 in the 11 I need in the rainbow. So I'll fix that. Take note of that. I missed a number there.
That happens, especially after a big day like yesterday.
Oh, baby.
Getting back to this race, I have to start it. I got everything riding on Paquant, and I'll tell you why. Well, you want to show the video first?
Yeah, because they're all here, so we've got to show the video. So this is Paquant, Murabba, and Corta Fuego. The problem with your horse is the post position to me, Ron. We're just out there in the parking lot today, but because Paquant wins this race. Now, this is a little minute ago, though. This was back in June the 29th here. It's kind of a blanket finish. Paquant wins it. Murabba, Corta Fuego, they all run big, and to Paquant's credit, he comes from wide and out of it, and that's pretty much what he's going to have to do today, Ron.
Yeah. Well, what I see, Brian, is awful lot of speed in the race. So the drop, I like the drop to the 25 level. Return from that freshening to finish. I thought a useful 5th against allowance runners on Tapeta. I think his late striding victory that you just showed on the turf in June points him out as what to fear. And I see a lot of speed where just horses that need the lead to run their best.
Well, yeah.
And I'm hoping for a trip. And post 11 is tough with 66 feet, but that's this horse's running style.
Yeah. Yeah, and the
So-
good thing is he gets a mile and a 16th. If it was a mile, if it was 7.5, it's really, really bad. It's
Right.
a little bit better going a mile and a 16th, 8.5 furlongs.
You know, your top pick, Rashid, who used his speed to win consecutive turf races during the summer, returns to the grass. He finished second. I thought that was against a notch tougher going around 2 turns.
Yeah.
Is he the one to catch?
Well, I'm kind of at least hoping he's going to be up there.
Right.
This is a stab, admittedly.
Right.
He's not as good as any of the horses you just saw coming out of that race, but he's got a good post position, and he's got speed, and he's got Fausto Gutierrez in his corner, too, and I have a lot of respect for him and the job he does.
Yeah. Corto Fuego is another
Yeah.
one that came out of that race. You have in second, stretching out to the mile and 16. He had a little bit of trouble in his last race, finishing second last time at Safi. Edgard returning, a gelded son of Divisadero. That is by Kitten's Joy.
Divisadero, yeah.
Divisadero
Grade
by
one.
Kitten's Joy.
Grade 1 turfer back in
Yeah.
the day. 70 cents on the dollar, and he couldn't get it done at the level last time, and I think this is a tougher group today.
Let's go to race number 7 this afternoon, and this one is 6.5 furlongs, and it's a maiden race for Philly 2-year-olds. Scratch the 4 Sovereign Gold, also scratch the 7 Curly Sue. We got a late pick 5 from Brian.
Yeah, it's just a run back, and I can tweet it out later. I'm going to update it because I need to fix
you gotta
something.
fix
And
something
race
there?
5, 9, and 11, but it's the same format as my rainbow because I'm just going to go down the line. I no changes in this sequence for me. I like that. I thought everything kind of held together nicely, and honestly, we can even get into this race now because I think our top pick is going to be flattered that much more with the 2 D'Angelo runners coming out.
Yeah, you're alluding to clean winner. This
Yeah.
one's Kelly Breen on the outside. Belmont and Aqueduct. I just thought this horse ran well. And if you look at Kelly, a limited sampling in here, and this one really attracted me. You know what I mean? He's, what is it, 6 for 15, 40%. With maidens making his second start, and 21% overall with his 2-year-old.
Yeah.
So he's got the numbers to score here.
Yeah, it was great to see Kelly yesterday back at Gulfstream Park. This is a good post for this horse, and quite honestly, with the 2 experienced D'Angelos coming out, I don't know about the firsters that we can actually show you.
Yeah.
Let's start with Once in Floral, guys. This is a Safi E5, first-time starter, $140,000 daughter, of Mackenzie. Here she is working on the inside of Ultimate Authority, and we just got a late scratch here, so we'll get to that in a second. But this is, I wasn't enamored with this drill run. I feel like the firster, she is doing it well within herself, and that's a positive. And she's kind of dragging Ultimate Authority along a little bit. Watch the tote board here. There are 2 big scratches on horses that were going to take money, but I was a little against her today, Ron.
I have to a horse called Classic Catch, who was stakes place. So, and then the other one is Zany, and it's Todd Pletcher, $150,000, daughter of American Pharaoh. Just to go back, we'll show that, but just to go back, these McKinseys are selling for a lot of money.
Yeah, they have been. He stands for 75, which is a big number, but they have sold well. But here's the American Pharaoh daughter, Zany, and Zany's on the outside. I didn't really love this work. Zany scratched a little bit ago too. I don't know. I'm against the. We've talked about this already, and she's under a little. She's trying. I'll give her that, but she's not going by the stablemate until a little bit here.
But Reproach ran well. Didn't Reproach run well?
Yeah, but this horse was at Monmouth. Okay, wasn't at Saratoga. That's the B team now. Coming down to Gulfstream. It is Rapoli. It is Pletcher. Obviously those are big positives. Amicio's here as well. I'm going to play against this horse.
What about the stat you found for Safi Joseph on 6, willy-nilly?
This is willy-nilly now. Okay, the other Safi with experience, 14% synthetic to dirt, route to sprint the last 5 years.
It's not good.
It's not good. It's not terrible, okay, but when you're talking about Safi Joseph Jr., here's a guy in the 20s. It's not ideal. They did not bet this horse at all on debut. They paid $170 for a Nyquist, who stands for $175. I don't like that either. And they had to try this horse at a route of ground on debut. I don't like that either. I feel like this is a total throw it up against a wall today. Wasn't impressed at all with her debut.
What about the scratch? Who's that? Did you get it?
Oh, it's in race 10. Lorenz is out. We'll get to that. That's our feature today. Just came in now. Lorenz. Race 10, the 3, Lorenz is out.
We'll Liam will give you all the scratches when we get done here. We're going to quickly flip over. Go to race 8 this afternoon, and this one, the 1 mile and 1/16 on the turf. I've been chasing drum roll. You got the number 6 horse here. Lady Emily Catherine.
Yeah, this is just a stab for me. I'd mentioned Fausto Gutierrez earlier. It doesn't show in your form. It shows you he's 1 for 14 off the claim. A couple years ago, this was an angle that was comfortably in the 20s. I love the job that he does. He doesn't claim a lot anymore. He claims her for 10. He bumps her for 20. She's got a turf win here at Gulfstream Park, and I don't love anyone in this race, and I'm going to just take a stab because she will be a square price in here.
Well, let's show that video
Absolutely.
of Drum Roll, More Than Glory, and World Traveler. World Traveler and Drum Roll, the 2 horses I did use on my Rainbow and Tropical Turf.
Yeah, and I used them too. Now, World Traveler's got a good post today. Drum Roll was in an optional claimer yesterday for DeBona off the claim, and he opted to scratch her and run her with, to be honest, is probably a better level for her. Post isn't ideal, but she's got the speed to be involved throughout, so that's a positive for her. She's a big player. You cannot play. Bobby is so good off the claim, but I think that this is a race maybe you could have a little fun with. World Traveler's got a much, much better post. I know Drum Roll wins this race, but World Traveler with this draw and the rails at 66 feet is a big, big player as well. You can't take anything away from Drum Roll, who just doled it all out there off the far turn, and they could not, they weren't close to running her down.
So More Than Glory on the inside there runs. It was the 2 horse in my try today.
Okay.
Going to race number 9 this afternoon. 6.5 furlong starter, optional claimer, 3-year-olds and upward. We're going to scratch the one without pretense, and we both had the number 3 Icelander, who's 2 for 2 in the money. We talked about this horse yesterday. 2 for 2 in the money on the main track.
Yeah, so Icelander came back on the Tapeta on October 11th off a long layoff, a January 3rd layoff, and he got blitzed by Reason Rolex. So I believe now is 8 for 11 on Tapeta. He's an awesome Tapeta sprinter. Icelander didn't do a lot of running that day. It's 2 starts in a row where he's maybe disappointed a little bit, but he obviously had to shake some rust off. He's done it now. The main track races were good. Mr. Skylight, I hope we get to see him here this winter for Riley Mott. He's a really soon-to-be nice 4-year-old that's going to potentially be a stakes caliber sprinter this year.
And as we said before, we got our old buddy Lou the Body in here. Let's show that race for Denny Hertak, Rajiv Mirage today.
I've been picking against Lou the Body in his last 2 starts, and I've been right because he hasn't won, but he just keeps firing. So I have to give the Hertaks credit. They've kept his form where I thought he was going the wrong way. No, not at all. So he's going to finish second here. Keep on Moving is going to win this race, and he's not in your picture here. This is a meltdown race. Lou the Body made first run in this race. The horses that were 1, 2, 3 early were Nowheresville at the finish line, and Lou the Body made first run. He paid the price for it in deep stretch, but he runs huge in this spot. Blanket finish, meltdown race that can take a lot out of horses, but you can't play a serious ticket without Lou the Body.
No, you gotta use him. And now the 5 to a Chabé. This one, you just look at the connections. Jose Castro, we've been singing his praises. This one coming off the bench. 5 for 9 in the money on the Gulfstream main track, and a winner at the distance. Yeah,
Sheboy's a big, big threat here because he's another class dropper. The last time he was in at this type of level, he won. This is a good group today, but getting out of the starter allowance and the optional claimers are going to help him a lot. And as Ronnie said, absolutely potent trainer right now.
Let's go to race number 10, and that is the feature race of the afternoon. Beautiful wind out here today, and that is the Empire Builder, It's a handicap 3-year-olds and upwards, $70,000. And we do have a couple of scratches. You heard Brian just tell us Lorenz was a late one, but as I meant, Liam will up your date. You got Kalik. You got the 4 is out, and the number 6. I know. So we have.
You started. You got a.
So let me start with Prevent. Here's my long shot. I'll tell you why. Cutting back to the mile after setting the pace. finishing 5th in that race behind, familiar competition, going a mile into 16. I think the shorter distance, the rail at 66 feet earns him the call here for the son of Neolithic.
Yeah, let's bring it up, guys. Yeah, because everybody's here, okay? Right. Private Thoughts wins the race. Raylan Pago Verdo runs second. Lorenz is out, but he ran third. Just a Photo is in there, Bob. Thanks for all the good work here. Just a Photo runs fourth. Prevent is on the engine here, and he can't see it out. He runs a close fifth. Ronnie brings up a good point. He's going to cut back today. That's a big help. He's down on the inside. That's a big help. I'll tell you what else helps him, Ron. He had no chance of winning this race, but I know comes out of this race to scratch. He had speed, so your job's easier now on the front end, too. The only thing is, now, the price is going to be right, and that's great. You get Carlos David, Amiso gets aboard, front-end rider.
Right.
He does have to turn the tables on 4 horses.
Yeah, I just thought with the speed and the rail and MSCL Jaramillo. Now, here's what I wrote in my analysis about Private Thoughts. A winner of 3 consecutive races, breaks from that tough outside post when going a mile, right? He moves into the second spot. But if there's scratches to the inside, I wrote this, you got to give this horse a serious second look. And what happens? He gets 3 scratches to his inside today.
Yeah, I think that's a big help. There's no doubt about it. I don't know if I'm stabbing or not with the 9 Sherlock's Jewel. He's actually 1 for 1 on the turf here. And he's been in too tough of late. Kentucky Downs for $500,000. No, that's not him. Yeah. Okay, didn't like to pee at Woodbine. That's odd that Chug would chip him up there. Saratoga, the poker, grade 3. He's not a grade 3 horse, okay? So the last time, to me, he had a real chance to win a horse race, he won it. It was at Belmont at Aqueduct in May, where he earned a big figure that day. He's got a win here, and he's not out of a race where 5 horses kind of sort of hit the line together.
Yeah.
I'm going to put him on top. I have no idea, and you didn't use him at all. I got to have 9, 5, 11, 12, guys. That's where I messed up, and that's my error. 9, 5, 11, 12. I don't know what to make of the 11. The morning line favorite, Divin Propos, for Safi, for big-time connections, dropping out of an absolute slew of graded stakes races.
Yeah. He's going to take some money, too, in there for sure. I use him a little further down.
Yeah.
But he's probably, I always thought would be the one to win. I'm stabbing. Prevent is 12 to 1 on the morning line for a reason. So, that's why I'm looking at it that way. We're going to go right to our final race of the afternoon this afternoon, race 11. And this one is a mile 70 yards, and these are maiden claimers, 3-year-olds and upward. And we have no scratches. We got 1 jockey change, on the 10 development. Make the rider Marcos Meneses will be riding that number 10 horse in race 11. And we've been sort of alluding to a Bueo monster drop today.
He's for sale. Please claim me. I've got another horse coming in the barn because he's not part of the program for Safi Joseph Jr., who's got, obviously as good a barn as any. This guy's not in that program. He's tried 5 times in a maiden special weight race. It hasn't worked out. He's for sale today at all the way at the bottom. And Ron, he is odds on paper.
Yeah, he's on. And you got horses like the one Brian used, Prince of Danes. You can use Slate Shown the 4th. Leroy Brown's coming up back-to-back third-place finishes. Can be deja vu all over again. We got those tries and supers. That's it for the 11, but we're not done. The reason I'm moving along, because we got such a great lightning round, so I want to get right to it as fast as we can.
Yeah, we got a lot going on here, none more so than, of course, the mandatory payout. Rainbow Six kicks off in race 6 today. You saw Ron's ticket and my ticket. That's going to be about probably a little bit before 3 o'clock in the p.m. It's a very, very difficult sequence, 2:35-ish, we'll say. Looking forward to that, Ron.
And what else we got going on here? The old hat trick.
Yeah, the hat trick was Jumbo.
Yeah.
Going to 3 for 3 with Super Forces yesterday. We had 2 really good stakes yesterday. Super Forces looped them all at 18 to 1.
Brian's long shot here.
Yeah, how about that? The only thing positive I did all weekend. Watch him level off, just like he did at Colonial.
You could see when they turned for home he was going to win. And I'm screaming in there, it's Brian's long shot, it's Brian's long shot.
Cipriano Gill timed it just right. Thank you to him. And great to see Mike back in the entries here.
Yeah, that was a very nice performance.
Yeah, without a doubt. Another nice performance was Behold the King, who I think we were both very shocked that he was favored over the Pletcher Rapoli stakes horse. But Betting public was right.
Yeah,
and
he ran well too.
he really did. Watch him level off in the lane. Behold the king for the Hall of Famer Mark Casse ran huge in this spot. He's going to be an exciting horse to see on the grass here this winter.
Jose, well, here you go. Watch this. But boy, what a day Jose D'Angelo had at.
Pretty awesome.
Right?
Yeah, so we've gotten to know Jose D'Angelo quite well over the years, and he's always been great to us, and he's really risen through the ranks.
Yeah, oh, my goodness, yes.
And now on the world's biggest stage in racing, wins back-to-back Breeders' Cup races with how Jose's horses do it. Fast.
She's so spicy. Gone.
Gone.
She's so spicy, excuse me.
Yeah, they're off you lose for the other 11 horses because she cut the gate by 2 lengths and the race was over. At 5 furlongs, they're never going to catch a horse like this in a race like this at Del Mar, and boy, did she deliver for More Play Racing and Company, who we've got to know as well. They support their horses, and they pay a lot of money, and they're new to the game, so that was awesome. And Ben Tornado just kept on going.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, I thought my biggest play of the weekend.
Yeah, I thought you were going to get him, man.
Was going by, and he just rebroke in deep
Yeah.
stretch and just kept on going. What a sprinter he has turned. Florida bred, Ronnie, that we saw here, getting it all going in the Sire Stakes.
No,
you know?
Amazing. With the beauty of Gulfstream Park, especially during the championship meet, we get to see all these horses. So congratulations to him. Now let's see. And kudos to Brian for hitting that long shot yesterday. 18 to would have paid $30-something.
$38.
Yeah,
we'll take it.
$38. What's your best bet today?
Best bet today is it Zealot in race number 4? I got to see. It is. Zealot in race number 4 is my best bet.
My
do you
best
got?
bet is, where is it? Race number, no, my single.
Oh, yeah,
Pick one,
bold.
race is 6, and your long shot?
Is Rashid my long shot, or is it the other Fausto? I got to see this now. It's
lady-
the other lady, Emily Catherine, the other Fausto in race 8. I need Fausto Gutierrez to have a good day today.
And mine is in the stake, and it's the number 2 horse in here, and that is Prevent at 12 to 1 on the morning line.
I like it, and just plenty of time to get those tickets. We filmed a video yesterday. We've got tickets out there. It's a fun sequence today, and I think they're going to bet.
Yeah, they're going to send it in. Beautiful day here in South Florida. Going to turn it over to Liam Molinaro, give you all the changes, and we'll be back here for race number 1 just a bit.